To flee again. And in first, is it what's our scripture again? Second Samuel or First Samuel? First Samuel chapter 22. We pick up a story in verse 1. I want you to see that story here. David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. Verse 2, please. And look at this group. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto him, and he became a captain over them, and there were with him about 400 men. These 400 men were the undesirables of their day. They were the people with the biggest problems that no one would respect. They were the people that no one would give the time of day to. They were the people that were very unstable, that no one would typically have confidence in. They had brokenness in. I don't know if you know the end of this. Who are there in David's distress. He gathers around him those in distress. And when he gathers those around him in distress, he used to work not only in David's life, but in the kingdom of Israel's life. Because, you see, have you ever seen an Israeli flag? Has anybody ever seen an Israeli flag? Do you know what's on there, Tim? What is it called? It's not the Star of Saul. Some broken people that nobody else wanted. And do you know what they became? They became the mighty men whose names are recorded in the Bible for all of history to remember. The question is not because we know this was a great thing. The question is this: how did they become those people? That's the question. So I want you to answer that question. How do you think they became David's mighty men? Give me a thought. Anyone? Crystal. That's obvious that God says that, does he not? Give me the things that are broken and let me take something out of them. All right, Amanda? Hold on, Mary. Okay. I don't know know that they did at first. I don't think they had any courage at first. Yeah, go ahead. Very good. And that's true. That is totally true. Mary? Well, certainly David was anointed by God. Okay, but how did these people become the mighty men? To whom? Okay. We're all kind of right, but I want to throw. Maybe. And I would, and I don't know that I would, I think you might be the closest to my thought. No, I don't think so. I don't think, I think it was courage. Okay, here's what I think really David inspired in them through the Holy Spirit of God. David believed in them. And let me tell you how the unmighty become mighty. They learn to have victories. Because when you realize you can have victories, you believe you can. And I want to tell each and every one of you here this evening, you have the potential, and this is the one great thing about brokenness. God always does use those things. He almost always does. But I'm going to tell you why. Those that overcome and have victory are stronger than everybody else. They just are. Do you know why? Because they had to overcome to survive. And that's what made them better. And see, I think sometimes we toy with our addiction process and our recovery process. And we make excuses, and we don't ever think that something will happen. But I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you the great benefit to being broken. You grow more powerful in your victories than anyone else around you. The person that's got the silver spoon, the person who has all the advantages, the person who has grown up in many cases in a very comfortable Christian experience, those are not the strong ones, my friends. Those are the weak. Do you know who the strong ones are? The ones that had to sleep in their car for 6 months. The ones who woke up night after night and after night in their own vomit. Those are the ones that end up becoming the strong ones if they can overcome. And those become the mighty men and women. I'm going to tell you about the preachers that have rocked America and that changed America in my generation and a little before my generation and through my generation. Almost every one of them had a story of great brokenness. Dr. Jack Hyles, who literally pastored a church that ran 20,000 every Sunday for years and years and years. You know what his great claim to fame was? An alcoholic father who kicked him out of the house as a little boy. And him and his mom grew up as poor as church mouse. They were the people who everybody brought the groceries to their house. And what did he become? He became one of the men who have shook America during the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, and the 70s, and the 80s. Amazing story. Biker gang members that got born again and came out of hideous addiction problems and hideous moral problems became great and powerful men of God. Women. I remember, I can't tell you this person's name, but a woman that I know, I don't know if she's even still alive now because she was older when I met her. A prostitute for 25 years. Got born again and became a great crusader for Christ. Do you know why? Because broken people truly learn about Christ and understand who they are before him. Even in their victories, they always know who they were, and they never forget what God took them out of. And their humility over time becomes the strength of their purpose, in the power of their constancy, in their dependency, the depth of their dependency. Listen, I'm not saying that we should ever revel in our sin, but I'm going to tell you one thing. The brokenness that you have gone through may very well be the greatest opportunity for each and every person in this room to become the greatness of what God has in his plan for you. And I do not doubt that one iota. God needs some mighty men and women today. Guess who's primed the best to become those people? The people that are sitting in rooms like this all over this state, all over this county. If they'll just rise up with God to find the victory that he has for them. You guys are the mighty men and women. And don't you ever forget that. Don't think that God's going to draw you and help you and assist you out of this so you can become what your dream of normal is. Because God's got a bigger picture for each and every one of you than that. Don't think so low to be normal. Rise up in your heart and your mind through the Spirit of God to understand that you have the potential to be the mighty men and women of this generation. You do. And I got to tell you something. There are more effective people. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that so you understand what I'm saying. When I look at the effective Christian spiritual movers that I've known in my past, almost every one of them had stories of great brokenness. Pastor Roy Thompson, an alcoholic on the streets of Cleveland, trusted Christ as his Savior. Broke his alcoholism, took him out of it, pastored one of the greatest churches in the Cleveland, if not the greatest church in the Cleveland area, for decades. Thousands of people. Their mission budget was routinely over $400,000 a year for missions. That's where I went to church as I grew up. Don't think it can't happen, because honestly, biblical history is replete with the victories of the broken. You hardly ever see the catered to, the ones that have the easy path. You hardly ever see them doing anything. You know why? They're never strong enough to do it. Because they don't overcome in their life to become those people. But you can. Holy Spirit of God, I pray tonight that every person in this room could see themselves through your Spirit's leading and through your guidance, at least have a vision for that which they don't ever think, or maybe don't even want to be, but may very well be what you've called them to. Father, there are bigger things. And God, you have it ahead of us. And I pray, God, that you would, through your Spirit, shake the hearts of your future mighty men and women. May we humble ourselves and yield ourselves to you to see what the King can do with us. God, please bless us in it now and strengthen us.